Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Namaste, all my friends. I love you all so much. I don't know what's going on today. I don't even know what we're doing. I'm just popping on here because I felt like I should. Today's Wednesday, the 25th, correct? And the moon is in Cancer. We just did the waning half moon last night. And today, the moon is in Cancer. So let's see what shows up. She's fully there, full blown, in her own sign. Motherly, right? Let's see what happens. 1. Uranus and Gemini, the lovers, the twins. Self. This is about self, number 1. Balancing your divine masculine and divine feminine. And we got Uranus here, which I took some notes about Uranus yesterday. Let's look at this. It's about revolution, out of the box thinking, upgrading what you already know, awakening, unusual, inventive, innovative. It's about team spirit, openness, goals of the human race. I'm kind of amazed that I, was studying Uranus yesterday, and here it goes. So this is about revolutions. It's about opening ourselves up to new knowledge. This is about changing the way we think and feel about the new race that's coming, to be upon this planet. Wow, I don't see my charms. That's weird. I want to see if I knocked them off. Oh, there they are. Put my hand on them. They were sitting on the shelf down below. Let's see what we get out of this. So the moon is in her place. 1. And Uranus. Let's see if Uranus is in the... Maybe this is the energy of yesterday, because Uranus was in there yesterday at 10:27 a.m. and the energy may just now be coming into full effect. It seems like I remember one time God telling me, sometimes prayers can be answered immediately, but also it takes time and to get the effect from the cause. We've got a pumpkin, we've got a carriage, carrying your dreams, carriage, moving forward, right? And we have the divine feminine. This is the symbol of water. And if it had the line through it, like it does right there, this also could be a symbol for the earth. And alchemical symbols. The water would have no line, but the earth does. And then we have Saint Francis, I believe, who was a saint. Maybe somebody out there is a saint. Saint Francis, beloved. If I remember right, Saint Francis devoted himself to the poor. He would not, accept anything more than what he needed to live in life. And all excess went to those that didn't have. He was quite the saint, and I should look him up more. He should be commemorated more. We have a lot of people, everyday life, that are saints, right? Everyday life. People that do what they can to help other people, and they do it because it makes them feel good, right? Yeah, me too. I love to offer a helping hand when I can. It always makes me feel good. And there's always cause and effect by lending a helping hand. The universe will absolutely, lend you a helping hand back when you need it. So offering a helping hand to animals, people, God, spirit, your ancestors, whom a lot of people think just because they've died, they're no longer with us, but that is not true. The hunter and the Jim, I know that because I've seen the other side. I know our ancestors live. They have a life on the other side. I know that. One of the fears, in my younger years, I worried about dying before my time. Would I ever have a chance to, make my life right? And death was fearful to me. Kind of like, but now at this stage in life, when I have seen that the other side still exists, we just don't have a body anymore, that we have to wait our turn to come back over, that there are many, many, many spirits, and we have turns at certain times of the calendar that God brings us in because we're of a certain nature that we can help begin the change and bring in a new world. So if you know anybody that's an oddball, they're probably somebody from God that is working on bringing in openness into your life, to open our minds, to open our hearts, to open our vision to something larger than just earthly, because God is universal. It's not just here on our planet. The universe literally is a living creature with a mind, kick. And it blows my mind, right? It's mind-blowing, but its mind can connect with our mind when we get to a certain vibration and begin to learn and understand the depths of the spirit, of the eternal spirit of God. Eternal. So there's no such thing as, energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transmuted or displaced, put somewhere else, right? You cannot destroy any energies. All the energies we live in are primal energies that have been toned down, that we handle things in a different way. So the first gods, when they came onto this earth, had all these great, powerful, primordial stories because they had more primordial energy. It was a younger energy that had not been transmuted and tamed. So do I believe the stories of the old gods? Oh yeah, I believe a lot of those stories. I believe the myths. I believe that they had powers beyond powers that maybe, is incomprehensible. That they could do things that were scary and dangerous, right? The primordial power of God dispelling itself in each individual. As we come onto this earth, we get tempered more and more and more. That's what I think. And, whenever I get on here, I start talking about what I feel is God, what has said to me. Gnosis. We all know what gnosis means. Gnosis means seeing it all. Let's bring out our little thing right here. Put our little thing right here. Oh, I didn't get the numbers. We have 75. 7 and 5. 7. 13. 13's my favorite number. 7 and 13. Give me the odds. Give me the odds. Where's my book? Them doggone books. They're never where I put them. No, actually, they're always where I put them. 75. Gnosis. Innermost knowing. Mystic truths. So that's a confirmation to you that, the universe is the mind. And we share a mind with the universe when we get to a certain place the universal mind and our mind connect. And that's the reflection they talk about of how the universe will reflect with you. But believe me, the universe teaches you as well. You learn so much. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures, in scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, gnosis points to the deep and timeless, archetypical wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to gnosis find themselves in historic studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. Contemplating the mystery, unanswerable questions. Isn't that the truth? It really is. Because my curiosity took me deep. I dove deep. I wanted to know. You know, I denied any gods that didn't fit my description of what I thought a god was. So, you know, until I could get to the one that was true. And I found that in the mind of the universe, of all the orderly things that are out there. And, you know, there are places of chaoses. There are rivers. The universe is a giant reflection of this planet in a way, because it has rivers, and they look like trees. And it's when you see the universe in its whole making. And, you know, I love to watch science shows on the universe and stuff like that. I've always been drawn to the sky. You know, since I was a little girl, I would go out and watch and look at the Big Dipper and the North Star that my daddy pointed out to me from the time I was little. And, you know, of course, there was the incident when I was 3 years old, and I went out to the tree and shined my light up into the universe and said, here I am, you know, letting God know, I guess, that I recognized already at that point in time that there was something that I needed to know, you know, wanted to know. And so I asked for God's protection at 3 years old. That's what I was asking for. Protect me through this. I know that my way is not going to be easy, because I'm going to stray away from what the norm is. I'm going to go outside the box. I'm going to talk about what's out in the universe. And, you know, what's in the universe is in us. We are the universe. And I really, really believe that with all my heart and soul, that we join literally through the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, with life everywhere, all through the universe. It's a quantum fields. Okay, all right. So we are going to go through gnosis. God wants us to know something, knowing. Okay, let's see. What is it you would have us to know, Holy Spirit? Great. The big guns, you know, levels. There are many levels of the gods too, right? People on earth have claimed to be certain gods, and then we've literally actually created gods that of people who never come here and said they were a god. Could have been angels. We're all messengers of the universe. We're all the universe. Whether you call that a god or a messenger, I myself am a messenger. I don't take on that big old title of responsibility. You know, I want to get as close to God as possible, but I don't want to make this mistake of losing my humility. You know, I don't want to think, you know, too much of myself when really the great universe is greater than anything that we could ever imagine, but that it would connect with us and allow us to be a part of its life. That's pretty damn amazing. That's pretty damn amazing. Okay, what do we got? The Counselor. This is from the Gaia deck, 12-3. Balance, love, mastery. Counselor. This is about helping yourself and being your own counselor, which, you know, I know is true, because I went to counselors for the longest time, but until I started talking to myself and working out my problems on my own, figuring out my mental state and the mental state of others, is how it happened, that I began to grow, because I realized it wasn't just my mental state and my emotions that were working in a relationship, that the relationship needed to be thought of as with them as well. And we all make mistakes, right? And we all need forgiveness, right? It's the greatest thing in the world. It takes more courage than anything to forgive somebody. Empathetic, wise, objective, advice, trustworthy, emotional understanding, clarity, sharing. A time of questions and mixed emotions. Yeah, you want to question your emotions, your triggers. Why did that freak you out? Why did it make you cry? Why did it make you run? Why did it make you angry? This is how we dissect our mental and emotional energies to transmute them, because we come to new and brighter and better understandings of what we went through, until the triggers are gone and you can be healed. That's the importance, because that's where happiness and joy can come in. The first thing you want to do is absolutely love yourself with your whole heart. Why love yourself? Because you're awesome. Because you're made in the image of God, the universe. Because the seed of God is in you. And you want to find that seed and start watering it with love. And that seed is love. It's the goodness that's in your heart, the good you feel towards yourself, and the good you feel towards others. Love is the most important emotion you can use to heal yourself. And God is in our hearts. God's in our DNA, but God is in our hearts. The mind of the universe is what is in our heart. Isn't that something? Yeah, that's something. And to love yourself and counsel yourself through your, most difficult times that you've had in life that are still affecting you. And to take your own hand and walk through your fears, knowing that God is there with you in your heart for your healing. To release that heaviness, to let go of control. Yeah, we can't control nothing. We can guide ourselves here and there, but in all actuality, once we try to take control of it, it takes control of us, right? So we got to let everything be in free flow. We got to take in and we got to release. In order to grow and take in new, we need to release the old. See him releasing the emotions that are no longer needed. Fear is an emotion. Anger, these are triggers. If you feel fear, if you feel anger, if you feel frustration, because we're not supposed to live like that. We're supposed to live calmly and happily and know every decision we make practically before we make it. We're already moving through it and to it, leaving behind the past constantly. Change is what keeps people alive. When you sit down and you're in the same place for years and years, you will never be happy. You got to get up and move and make change. Whether you go to school, whether you bring a new baby in, whether you get you a new puppy. Change can be done in many different ways to bring out many different emotions. And so we constantly want to let our emotions flow. We become fearless, because what is there to fear but fear itself? Once you're afraid of something, you'll never move towards it. That's why God does not want us to have any fear. What a wonderful God. Thank you, that we do not have to be afraid of the great powers that be, that are so gentle and loving and kind. The 12 laws of the universe take care of everything. I don't know all 12 of them, but the first one is cause and effect. That's the only one I felt I needed to know. You'll get treated how you're treated. And so if we're good and treat people good and tell people the truth and don't hide ourselves from people or how we feel about people, like hanging out with people we don't like or something like that, that's never going to make you happy. People that you don't want to be around, that will not make you happy. What would make you happy is to make boundaries against things like that so that you can have your space and leave them to their space. That's the only way that a person who is around others that brings sadness, joy, distress, fear, anxiety is to set up those boundaries and then begin bringing peace into your own heart. It could take time. It's taken me years at this point to where I can be around people that I used to couldn't be around because I healed. I healed my triggers. I did not want to hold hate in my heart for anyone, or anger, or fear, or frustration. I wanted to I want my heart to always be a clean space, where I don't have no guilt, where I don't have no shame, where I don't have no fear. And if I have any of those feelings, I at that moment, I dive into my mind to see where it's coming from. And it was through the guidance of the Holy Spirit to bring out the old things, to go over them, to reframe them into a structure that can be lived with, livable. And a lot of it became forgiven because it might not have been everything it seemed to be, or even that important to use so much anger or sadness or frustration or remorse for it. These are all, shame and all these things will not get you into a higher vibration. Forgiving yourself thoroughly, forgiving everything that you've ever done, because if you'd have known to do better, you would have. That's how we are. That's how we learn. If we know better, we do better. If we don't know better, we continue on down the line. That's a straight aim. That's why we study. That's why we work on ourselves. See her there? She's working on herself. See all the things going on behind her? That's her mental complexities working through, bringing the light out of the darkness, the things that hold us back. Being able to work through it to where you feel like there's a satisfying ending, or a satisfying conclusion, and leave space for more love and joy to come into the heart. Leaving space for more love and joy to come into the heart. That's the whole gist of this. Yeah, look at her, working her magic. I'm going to use this as my magic card. See how it's up by her heart, the fire, burning out the dross. 7 of Wands. Burning away those things that can hold us back. Controlling our own mind and not letting it be controlled by outside forces. And what are outside forces? Heck, commercials can be outside forces. Movies can be outside forces. News can be outside forces that put ideas and thoughts into your head. Do you see? It's malleable. Your brain is like dough. You can make it into a biscuit, a pancake, what other things, French bread. Think of your brain as something that absorbs other things into it. It absorbs energies. It picks up thoughts. Look at the hair there. Thoughts can come in from anywhere, and you'd be like, where the hell did that thought come from? You want to get to a place to where your brain is just clear until you're ready to think. It rests in between time. It's quiet. Don't you like that? Have you ever had that experience? My mind, if I'm doing things and things start popping into it, I go and meditate. I'm like, what the heck's going on? Because I'm an empath. And I will pick up everything that's around me. That's why I have to have such good boundaries. I'm so psychic. I can see into people's lives. It freaks me out. I'd be like, no, I don't want to see that. Because I'm not nosy. As you can see, when I do my tarot card readings, I can't even talk about what the collective is doing. I don't feel like interfering into the collective's business. What I feel like doing when I do tarot is helping people to see the power that's in them and how they can become connected to the universe, how they can become connected to God and feel good about who they are and feel powerful and know with hope and faith that everything is going to be okay. It will travel its natural course. And the natural course is to live a good long life with plenty of children, grandchildren, loving life, watching over the things that you brought into this world as if they were gold. Everybody thinks substance is gold. No, your life is gold. Your children are gold. Your grandchildren are gold. Your dogs are gold. Your cats, your whatever animal you got, bats and rats. Life is the gold. This is where we make our memories in between lifetimes to take back with us, to watch like a TV show while we wait for our next episode. Five of Swords, conflict. A lot of people do have conflict with that. See her with her blindfold on? Life isn't about worrying about all the stuff down here. We don't get to take nothing with us. It's just doing our best to enjoy the things that we're gifted with from our own bodies, minds, hearts, and souls, our families, our homes, our whatever the things we love. And of course we should love life more than anything because it's the most precious. It's the most precious. Life is precious. I didn't always feel this way. I did not always feel this way. But after God got her hands on me and shook me up, And let me understand the power in the divine feminine. That we too have a beautiful power of manifesting beautiful things. And that we are capable of working on our own. I had no idea that you could be single and be happy. I thought you had to have some asshole next to you all the time. Forgive me. But in my experiences, I've not been a good chooser of men. Or I've brought out the worst in them. Okay? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's my destiny. I don't know. But I can bring out the worst in men. Because I do not like to bow to them. I do not like to, if I feel like I know more than them, I like them to know that. I do not act as if they need to be catered to. That I am equal in all ways. And I would like to encourage more women to feel that way too. Equal in every way. I didn't even, I wanted to go look at this card, the definition, but I went ahead and pulled this 3. There ain't much to talk about here. This card, there ain't much to talk about, is it? She's blindfolded, holding on to her mask. So she's still living in the world where she's listening to others, doing what people tell her, feeling like her obligation is to make somebody else happy. No, they need to make themselves happy. You're on the world to making and learning how to be happy within your own self. And it is not an easy job. It takes plenty of rest. It takes nutrition. It takes exercise. It takes balancing out all the elementals in your body. It takes making friends with yourself, learning to love yourself as if you are God. It's not getting a big head and thinking, oh, God, I can do anything, and blah, 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 and be treating people bad. No, I would think that God would be full of humility. Humility because God understands what the people are going through, trying to reach high on their tippy toes to be a better people than they are. And that's our whole job on this planet. It's not to make some man rich. It's to learn more about who we are and create a better space for those that are coming. It's not to acquire goods and riches. It's to acquire your mental stability, your emotional stability. It's to learn who you are and set in your space, understanding that in all things, yes, you come first, but once you know who you are and love yourself so much, you're going to feel that urge to help others to find happiness and joy too, and peace. It took me a long time, but I am there. Oh, do I ever get upset? Yeah, I still get mad, but I let go of it just that quick. It comes, I use the emotion when I need it, and then I let it go. Forget about whatever it was, and I let it go. I don't, I used to could stay mad for days. Oh my God, I don't do that anymore. I had a heck of a temper or angry, or I let my mind control me, kick. It wanted to think about something, and I was like, okay, we'll think about that. So I have my heart, where God resides, has a right to tell my mind what I want to think, because it's malleable. It don't have its own mind. It'll just do and say anything, right? I've been there, done that. But with the heart open and connected to the mind, heart, and this mind in your gut, your intuition, that's what the chakras are all about, is opening up the power within you. If any of you guys are doing this, please let me know if you've had any, if it's worked for you. Please let me know. And so after, when we get ready to finally get out of this Five of Swords where we're not watching what's going on around us, where we're wearing blindfolds and everybody's doing what they want to do, and we're holding our mask, to put it on, and when people come into our presence so that we can act like everything is okay when it really isn't. Acting like everything okay when it really isn't. I need to write that down because I want to use it for a title. Yeah, and so if it isn't okay with you, work on it. That's integrity. That's pulling yourself back into your bedroom and asking yourself, why did you get angry? Why did you cry? Why did you turn away? Why wasn't you able to be present for the moment? Because being present is where we find our joy and happiness. Being present in the moment, enjoying every minute of the day, is where we find our happiness. And you can write that in your little book. Again, God's reminding you to please write down your experiences and to chart your progress as you move forward. Don't forget that you are a child of creation. It's taken billions of years to get to where we're at right now. Billions. Can you imagine a mind, God, eternal God, capable of working, being born through the explosion of the dust and working everything to create this universe? To me, it's just amazing. I mean, it has to be so. I've looked so deep in there. It can't be any other way, because the universe is too friggin' perfect. It's not perfect because God's not perfect, and we are always left open, with that we're not perfect. It's not perfect. They say God is perfect, but I don't think that anything is perfect. Not in God's world. There, rebirth, integrity. Because if it were perfect, it would be so horribly stiff and cumbersome, because perfect is stiff and cumbersome. Yeah, it don't leave a lot of room for flexibility, right? Right. Okay, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I love y'all. Desire. This is all about getting to what you desire. My desires was peace on earth. For me, anyway. Okay? I just wanted to be at peace. I wanted to, not be angry anymore. I wanted to be happy. And, here I am. If I don't know if this is happy or not, but this is better than I've ever been in my life. And I can absolutely give all the credit to the Holy Spirit for guiding and leading me here. Even when I had to go through rough times, I was always guided to this place right here, right now, where I am just, content, to be content. And, what more could I ask for? I don't know. I guess whatever it is, God will show me what I can ask for more. And at this point in time, I'm pretty happy. And I love you guys, and I wish you a wonderful day, peace of mind, and joy in your heart. So with that being said, namaste, God bless. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me know what's going on. If anybody is working with their chakras, are you working with your chakras? How is it going? Are you elevating? Is your vibration higher? Are you happy? I love you guys. Bye-bye. And just know that I pray for all of you, especially those of you who have asked me for prayers. You are always in my prayers. And I believe and have hope that everything's going to be okay. Love you. Bye-bye.